Okay, well, let's do one thing. Let's also talk about the cement space because the street is pricing in a weak fourth quarter for cement companies. Nigel, why is that?
Well, I was just looking at all the cement companies that are listed, and Anish, I would like your view on this as well, because stocks are down between about 8 to around 25% from the 52-week highs. A few factors that are playing out. Demand, rock solid. Quarter four is normally good, and it's been very, very good. The problem is in pricing. And pricing has been relatively weak. The question is, with the stock price fall, is it already pricing in that maybe there'll be earnings cuts for the next couple of years? So maybe some part of the bad news as well is in the price. To give our viewers a few numbers, the cement demand for January as well as February, on an average, it's up between 6 to around 8%. On an average for quarter four, we'll see demand grow by closer to around 8%. And larger companies, ACC, Ambuja, JK Cement, they are grabbing the market share because they're growing at a faster clip. The problem will be for the smaller players because they're losing out on market share. But pricing has been a disappointment. In quarter four, I've not seen pricing this weak. In fact, quarter four, if I compare it to quarter three, pricing is down by close to 3%. And the estimates were earlier that we'll see a more or less flattish pricing scenario, which hasn't happened. And particularly in north and east, the pricing has been very weak over there. It's down by close to around 5 to around 6% odd. And this problem of pricing has been compounded because pet coke prices were hovering around $115 per ton. That's gone up to around $125 per ton. So you have better volumes, but you have weak pricing and you have higher input costs. That's what's going to result in a compression in the EBITDA per ton. And to give you a few numbers, at the start of this quarter, people are talking about an EBITDA per ton expansion of roughly around 100-150 rupees. Now we are working with a compression of closer to around 50 rupees per ton. And Anish, the other problem is that towards the end of this year, there could be that volume push, which will put further pressure on pricing, which will put earnings at risk. The question is how much of this bad news is in the price, because stocks have already been weakish. They're not seeing any big uptake. So I wanted your view, Anish. Since you're quite positive on the domestic cyclicals as well, and cement has a very important role to play. And give or take a few quarters, this consolidation in the industry is going to be very, very good in the longer term.
Yeah. So I think when I look at cement,
for more news and updates, all you need to do is follow CNBC TV18 on all of our digital platforms.